What's up, you guys? Life Aspects with Visionary Rose. Grace and love to everyone. Real quick, I just want to add this in there. When I said the video on they can't destroy you anymore, and yes, I'm driving, but I just had to get this out because I just thought it and I wanted to add it in there. Okay, so when I made the video when I said that they can't destroy you anymore, and I said, if you watch the whole thing, I said they will surely gather, but they will scatter. See, this is the two things that will happen. See, they will gather together and come up against you, try to do so many different things. So when they come up against you, they may slander your name, they may destroy your character, to destroy your reputation, doing all of these type of things. You know what people do when they want to come up against you because they're evil, they're wicked, sometimes they're jealous, sometimes these are your haters. But let me add this in here real quick. This is a little gem. Let me tell you something. The very exact people that hate on you, they really do need you. And you got to understand that. The very exact people that hate on you, they actually need you. But listen, back to what I was saying. I just wanted to throw that gem in there because I thought somebody may needed to hear that. So listen, when they come together against you, this is the two things that will happen. So they will come up against you and they will gather, but they will scatter. So what will happen is the same group that came up against you, or whoever they teamed up with, they came up against you. What's going to happen is, and what will happen is, they will begin to come against each other. They will begin to, the whole group will fall. They've coming against each other. And sometimes it could be like a cult. And sometimes before, when it's a cult, the cult leader has fallen first. And when it's a cult leader, everything that happens is they all listen to the cult leader. But one thing about when the cult leader has fallen, everybody else now has fallen up against them as well too. So what I'm saying is that when they come up against you, they're going to scatter. They're going to scatter. There's no way out. Like, there is no way out. Like, it's over, it's done with, because they spent so much time and effort trying to come up against you, and then now they're coming up against each other. Like, oh, well, you the one that started this, you the one that told me to do this, you the one. Like, they're all scattering. Like, they're all coming up against one another because they tried to come up against you, not knowing, God was going to come in for you. God was going to send justice. And see, one thing about it is God will allow all of this stuff to happen to you guys. I'm telling you, God will allow people to come up against you. God will allow a lot of these wicked things to happen to you because he wants you to know how he gets it for his glory, for one. Number two, God wants you to know that I am in control. I am always in control. And sometimes when you lose your faith along the way and so many things happen, God will allow things to happen just so that you can see that he's the one that's been working the whole time. So they're asking, where's your God? I said that they're wondering, where's your God now? Baby, he's been there the whole time. But you gathered together against me, and now the group has finally scattered. I'm telling you guys have to stay woke. And I want you guys to understand something. Nobody can no spell, no nothing, none of that can come up against you. You may feel like you're in spiritual warfare, you may feel like you're bound and all of that stuff, but I'm telling you guys, pray up against all of those things. Stay prayed up in the midst of that spiritual warfare. Like, you have to stay prayed up in all of that stuff, because the enemy don't like that. The enemy don't like that. And when they see that when you are 10 steps, see, this is how it works. Your enemies are always trying to be 10 steps ahead of you. But listen, when you're 10 steps ahead, now it's kind of hard for them to what's your next move? Like, they're always trying to figure out, like, what's their next move? There is no next move, because everything that they try to plan out, it always backfires. And then they get upset when it backfires, but nobody told them to go do evil. Nobody told them to spend money. Nobody told them to do rituals. Nobody told them to do all of this wicked stuff. And see, the thing about it is, people are trying to mess up other people's blessings that they don't even see that the blessings that God has for them. Everybody's timing, everybody's blessings is different. And let me tell you guys this. God do not play about his chosen ones. He said many are called, but few are chosen. And everyone is not chosen. Everyone is not chosen. And some people are really mad. And I'm sorry, I hate to say this, and I don't mean to sound rude or anything, but I'm just being honest. Everybody is not chosen, and some people are mad because they're not chosen. But let me tell you something. If people who say that they're chosen, a chosen person gonna recognize a chosen person, and they're just gonna come together and they're gonna do the work of the Lord. They're not gonna scatter. They're not gonna come up against one another. They're not gonna try to team up and do that. Chosen people just gonna come together. That's what chosen people do. I love you guys, and thank y'all for rocking with Life Aspects of Visionary Rose.